Welcome to the channel. I thought I'd do a quick video on an app that I've actually had on my phone for some time, but never really got around to looking at properly. It's an app called KeyDecoder by a company called FrenchKey. I'll put some shots up on the screen as to what it looks like in the App Store. Now, when you first open it, it gives you a load of legal disclaimers saying making keys without consent is illegal, educational consulting use only, and gives you some basic security advice with regard to looking after keys. It's an app that enables you to take a photo of a key, and then enables you to decode the depths of cut for the key in a relatively on the fly way. So the first thing it needs you to do is take a photo of the key, but it needs you to use a very specific size of card to photograph the key against, which I think is one of the reasons for a long time it sat on my phone and I didn't use it, because I thought I need to find a card of a very specific size. So it says take a picture of a key removed from its keyring and place in the middle of an ISO CEI 7810 ID1 sized credit card. It's very important the card measures exactly 85.6 millimeters by 53.98 millimeters. A well lit and high res picture will give the best results. So I got on my laser cutter and I made a card of exactly the right dimensions, and in order to get the most out of the app, I made sure that I got a really good view of the key. So yeah, I backed it in just some film that I'd used on my son's laptop lid, so it doesn't get covered in scratches, and he can stick stickers all over it, and then once he finishes with it we can take the film off and do something else with the laptop. So I had some of that spare, so I just put that on the back, on the basis that it'll be able to give me a really clear picture of a key. So yeah, what it requires you to do, as you'll see on the app here, is to take a picture of the key on this very specific size piece of card. So I'll just go into the app now. So I'm gonna start a new project, take a picture. So there's our key, and I'll confirm that works. And now it does have some really quite clear instructions as to how you do this, but what it wants you to do is put the first line on the very bottom of the key. No, sorry, not on the very bottom of the key, on the very bottom of the card, so it can see exactly how big the key is in relation to the card. So I've lined that up on the very bottom line of the card. Now I'm going to do the top line of the card. So I don't know if you can see this here, but there's basically a little green line for me to line it up. And now I'm doing the side edge, the left hand edge of the card, and each time you just tap the little plus symbol and it gives you another line to maneuver around. Now the use for this would be if, for example, you're on an engagement and you happen to get a brief opportunity to see a key that you might want to take a copy of for later use. You can quickly whip the card out, take the photo, and analyse the key later. So now what it's done is it's now taken the size of the card, and it wants you to line the bottom of the key against the red line which I've now done. I don't know how clear this is going to be on the camera, but if not, I'll try and add some screenshots to the video. And it now wants to know where the shoulder is, so you line the blue line up with the shoulder of the key, and it now gives you a little cross to put your cross exactly where the key cuts, the bottom of the key cut is. And what it does is it measures the depth of the key cut in terms of distance from where the red line is. So you line up each of the bottom of each of the cuts as exactly as you can, and once you've got all your cuts, you've got all your measurements for the key, you tap the green tick and you've got all the measurements. Now I spent a bit of time working out exactly how these measurements line up with the key cuts, and what I worked out is that the first measurement there, for example, is actually 7 mil from the. I probably should have a digital caliper for this, but every time I go to buy one I think, no, I'll never use it, and then I come to need one and find actually I probably would have used it. So I don't know if you can see that first measurement, 7145, is roughly, or pretty exactly, 7 mil over the bottom of the key. Next one is 5698, is just over 5 mil off the bottom of the key, and so on. So your cuts are on the basis of distance from the bottom of the key. Now you could probably use something like the Lishi manual key cutter if you're trying to make one on site then and there, but you'll probably almost certainly need to also have a file to be able to get the measurements as exact as possible. But if not, then you can always come away from the site, make up the key, and go back the following day to give it a test and to fine tune it. Yeah, the app is quite interesting. I can see how it could potentially be used, and yeah, hopefully it's of help to somebody and of interest. But yeah, so thanks for watching.